Hi guys, it's the Viking here, another video for you. I hope you're feeling pretty good. If you're feeling good, hit that like button, I really appreciate it. But today's video, I want to talk about our first look at Godzilla v Kong. And also, a big discussion that I see online is that, will it affect Zack Snyder's Justice League and take away some of the light from that? Now, let's get into the look of this movie. Visually, like Godzilla King of the Monsters, it looks brilliant. It's striking. It really is. You know, the big criticism for the first Godzilla is we didn't get to see enough Godzilla. You know, well directed and stuff like that. But when it came to Godzilla, we wanted to see some action. And in Godzilla 2, we got to see a lot of action with some really cool beasts. Some interesting, actually, actors and characters were in the movie, but it was definitely a monster-centric movie. And that's exactly what it looks like for Godzilla v Kong. It's about Godzilla, it's about Kong, and it's probably going to be about a lot more monsters as well, which is pretty awesome. See a lot of people comparing this to Batman v Superman, Godzilla v Kong, Batman v Superman. Maybe Godzilla and Kong will team up near the end of the movie to fight a greater threat. That would be cool. I'm not sure there'll be any dialogue about mothers or anything like that, though. Yeah, I made that joke. Don't crucify me too much down below, guys. But you know what I'm trying to say. It looks visually brilliant. These two huge characters going up against each other. So I'm looking forward to this. But a big discussion. It's moved from May to March, which is interesting. Of course, big fights going on about Warner Brothers deciding to put all of their movies onto streaming while a theatrical release happens as well. They didn't consult the distribution or the companies that put the money into it, like Legendary, who put big money into Dune and into Godzilla v Kong. They weren't happy about it because they put big money, 75% of the budget, into those movies, and they wanted being theatrically successful, so they get more money back. But then when you put it on streaming, is it going to be that successful? But that's what's happening for 2021. It looks like they've come across, they've shook hands and said, okay, let's do this. Because in March 26th, actually, Godzilla v Kong will come out in theaters wherever they're open where you are. They're not open here. We're on lockdown. Hopefully by then, might be open. I get to see it on the big screen because this movie's going to be brilliant on the big screen, I bet you. But yeah, streaming. Now that's only for international is different because you can get it on PVOD like Wonder Woman right now, but we got to see it in theaters. Maybe it'll be like that for Godzilla v Kong. I'm not too sure, but it is interesting. But the first look, brilliant. We got to see Godzilla v Kong getting ready to take each other down. I wonder what stage of the movie did that take place. Does it take place like Batman v Superman? It was the third act, and then we had the greater fight happening as well after that. But I wonder when this happens in Godzilla v Kong. Are they going to fight, and then directly after this fight they're going to take down some monsters, or they have to work together in some way? But what way do they acknowledge each other and say we have to work together here to fight these guys? Like, what way does that work with monsters? It's pretty interesting that way. But March 26th is coming out, and that's a pretty cool image that we get to see. You know, the two of them getting ready to punch. Very similar to the Batman v Superman fight scene as well. We got to see a tiny snippet. HBO Max put out a trailer of all their theatrically streaming movies that are coming out. And we got to see a little glimpse, and it looks cool. You know, I love Kong Skull Island. Now, the Percy Jackson Kong film is a brilliant film. Well made, well directed. Absolutely, probably one of the best movies up there ever made. But Kong Skull Island just had that popcorn drive to it. You just sat down, you watched Kong take down helicopters, other monsters, and you know what? It was a good time. Pretty good cast. You just had a ball of a time. And that's why I kind of like and enjoy that movie a little bit more. It's not as well made as the Percy Jackson King Kong movie, but there's more enjoyment to be got with that movie, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to see how Kong has developed now. Is he going to get bigger? Looks like he is bigger as well. Or does Godzilla get smaller? Because there is a bit of a height advantage there for Godzilla. You know, it's like a heavyweight fighting a lightweight kind of in that aspect. But it's going to be interesting. But the first look, pretty cool. And we should expect the trailer fairly quickly. You know, it's crazy we haven't got to see any footage from this movie. Is that a good sign? Is that a bad sign? I don't know. Like, all movies in this MonsterVerse have been pretty good so far. So I'm sure it's not a terrible movie. But why haven't we got any trailers for it yet? You know, not even any real cool footage to show for clips or anything like that. But this is kind of the first one we got to see, and it was badass, it was cool. Super Bowl's coming up as well. Pepsi and Coca-Cola have stood out of that, so that's going to be interesting. So will that make room for Warner Bros. To go in and put in some trailers? And will they get the trailers a little bit cheaper than usual years? Because you have to pay, what, ridiculous money to get your ad or your trailer onto the Super Bowl ads. Will it be cheaper this year because of the year that's in it with COVID, or will it cost more? Can Warner Bros. Get in there and put Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer, all these other Suicide Squad? Can they do it? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, but I do expect a trailer for Godzilla v Kong in the coming weeks, and I can't wait to see how this film is going to look. And then we only have to wait a few weeks for the movie to come out on streaming. But also people are like, we haven't really seen any trailers. But the thing is, this isn't going to be theatrical released worldwide. It's different for streaming services. Look at Netflix. When they have a new movie out, the earliest that you get a trailer, the latest you get a trailer is like 3 weeks out from it, you know? And it just gets the conversation going. Same with kind of Amazon. You know, they don't really do a marketing campaign of 6 months to build everyone up in anticipation for the movie or the series. They release a trailer a month out, 3 weeks out, and they say, look, this is what's coming in a few weeks. And everyone's like, all right, cool, I'll watch that. Because then they go on to Netflix or Amazon, Disney Plus, and they see what's available, and they click and they watch it if it interests them. So I think that's something similar for Godzilla v Kong. Of course, there will be marketing, but there won't be huge marketing that you see for a big theatrically released movie like you would in years gone by. It's different because the streaming kind of blueprint is very different from a theatrical blueprint in terms of marketing for the movie. So I'm not worried that a trailer might only come out a month before it releases on HBO Max. I'm not worried about that stuff whatsoever. I think it's a different ball game when you move from theatrical releases to streaming. It's definitely 100% different. Look at Zack Snyder's Justice League. The marketing campaign is supposed to kick off for that in early February. You know, and that movie comes out in March sometime. So that's not too long of a marketing campaign either, because it's different. It's streaming. But first look, pretty good, badass, looking forward to it. Is it going to be the Batman v Superman of our generation 5 years later? It could be. It could be controversial. I'm not sure it's going to have a Marta moment, but it could have something that's pretty controversial in it. And I'm looking forward to it, and I hope the director and the writers decide to do something a little bit ballsy with this movie and just try and be a little bit weird, you know. But anyway, people were saying, will this affect Zack Snyder's Justice League? And as I talked about already, the blueprint is different. It's completely different for streaming. Will this affect the hype for Zack Snyder's Justice League? I don't think so. You know, we've got WandaVision out right now on Disney Plus. People are talking about when Mandalorian was out. People were talking about that. When The Boys was out, people were talking about that. It's not like Godzilla v Kong and Zack Snyder's Justice League are opening in the same weekend at the box office in theaters, and the only place you can see this movie is going to the theaters. And then audience have to choose, do I go see this movie or this movie? I only have enough money to go see one movie this week. Which movie will I go? You know, maybe this movie doesn't interest me. It's not that kind of scenario. People are at home. People are in lockdown. People are bored out of their mind. They want new content to watch. We're on lockdown here. I'll watch both of them back to back 3 times over. No problem. No questions asked. People, you know, and I bet you Wonder Woman was the same, and Soul, they released on the same day on 2 different platforms, and people were watching that and talking about that online. So I don't think it's a problem. I actually think this could help Zack Snyder's Justice League, because what if the subscriber rate goes up that month? Looks good for that month of March for all the movies that were released, you know, things like that. It might, so people who are not really interested or don't know anything about the Snyder Cut might want to watch Godzilla v Kong. They watch Godzilla v Kong, oh, that was pretty good, and then they see an ad or something for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and they go, okay, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, okay, I'll click this and I'll watch it. I think it will bring more attention to Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I think Zack Snyder's Justice League will bring more attention to Godzilla v Kong. I truly mean that. I think the two of them will help each other big time in that month, and we don't know exactly when Zack Snyder's Justice League is being released. And it is kind of funny how March 26th seems to be the release date for Godzilla v Kong, when Justice League, we all presume, would be March 25th, the same kind of date as Batman v Superman. But are they actually going to release the 2 movies on the same day on streaming? That would definitely get people paying right now to go see it, because if you had Zack Snyder's Justice League come out earlier in the month and everyone subscribed and wanted to watch it earlier in the month, they would keep their subscription for the month so they could watch Godzilla v Kong. But if you drop the 2 of them at the same time, people will have to get in there right now, sub, and watch them on that day, which would be pretty cool. But also, don't forget, guys, Godzilla v Kong isn't going to be on HBO Max for a year or 2 years. It's going to be on for 30 days, and because it's going to have its theatrical release as well. When the 30 days are up, it comes off HBO Max. That's how it works. That's how Wonder Woman is working right now. But Zack Snyder's Justice League is solely a streaming movie, so therefore it will stay on HBO Max forever. You know, it will be there in a month, after 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years. It will always be there on HBO Max. Now, does this mean that Zack Snyder's Justice League is not getting a theatrical release? Well, they did a trailer for all the theatrical movies that are getting streaming release also, and Zack Snyder's Justice League wasn't in it, because that's not one of the movies that was moved from theatrical to streaming. It's a movie that was always supposed to come out in streaming, so it's going to be a HBO Max original. Now, the thing with that is, do I think we'll get a theatrical release of Zack Snyder's Justice League? I think we will, but it won't be widespread. It won't be all over the world. It won't be international. It will be in some place. I think people, if COVID is okay, people will go certain, you know, small screens of the movie. And I think if you are a strong enough fan base, you have a number of people who want to go see it, I'm sure you could rent out a theater and Zack Snyder or someone got to do with the movie could definitely organise that movie is shown in a theatre if you want to go see it, and there's enough people who want to go see it in a theatre. Definitely, I'd be interested in doing that, of course, here in Dublin or one of the big screens. A few of us get together that are Snyder Cut fans. COVID's okay, hopefully people can come over from England or wherever nearby, and we have a big Zack Snyder's Justice League screening of the movie after it comes out on HBO Max. Something like that would be pretty awesome, but I don't think it's going to affect Zack Snyder's Justice League whatsoever, guys. No, I don't think so. Not one bit. I think it actually helps Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I think Zack Snyder's Justice League helps Godzilla big time. But the marketing campaign hasn't even started for Godzilla. And hasn't even started for Zack Snyder's Justice League. So when it does start, it's going to be pretty interesting. And we could get Zack Snyder's Justice League early March. We're halfway through January right now. A month and a half, 2 months from now, we could have watched Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is awesome. Can't wait for the new trailer. There's posters coming as well. We'll definitely get a new trailer for Godzilla v Kong. But the first look at Godzilla v Kong, badass. Can't wait. I want to see a full trailer. I want to see the trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League, which will probably be a lot more plot centric instead of just showing the hallelujah. And that was kind of a trailer for Zack and his family and for the fans. The next one will be for widespread and get everyone interested. But I think Godzilla v Kong helps Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I think Zack Snyder's Justice League helps Godzilla v Kong. Guys, what do you think? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you have different opinions on this? Does it affect? Is this DC? Is it Warner Brothers trying to sabotage Zack Snyder's Justice League? I've seen some of those theories as well. Don't know if I buy them, but then again, with all the stuff that's happening with Ray Fisher, with all the stuff that we've known Warner Brothers to do over the last few years, it's hard to not acknowledge those theories, at least, you know. But we'll have to wait and see, guys. But I think Zack Snyder's Justice League will be a big success. We make it loud, we make it really loud, and hopefully average audiences get interested and want to watch it. And a sequel might be called upon, and Jason Killer will be like, hey guys, Walter, Toby, why aren't you having a sequel to this movie? It's a big success. People are talking about it. It's trending day after day after day. Is Toby Emmerich and Walter Hamada, are they going to make a big mistake like they did with Joker? Those guys probably shouldn't be in the positions that they're in. But anyways, guys, we'll see. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know below what your thoughts are on the Godzilla v Kong first looks. The post, no, there was a poster a few months ago. The pictures, the stills and the little kind of snippet we've seen from the trailer. And do you think it affects Zack Snyder's Justice League? Interesting. Guys, appreciate it. Have fun. Tonight you'll find me on the Real Anarchy stream, Real Talk Live with that guy, Krypton Cage. Come check it out. Link will be in the description of this video, along with all my socials, guys. Have a good day, enjoy yourself, and thanks for watching.